First and foremost, we want to give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat, give us a sincere greeting to all the brothers and sisters out here throughout the four corners, man, teaching this word with sincerity and charity. And all those rehearsing the righteous acts, going through these last feast days, going through these last high holy days of the Most High, rehearsing those righteous acts. And all those online watching, salute to y'all. This class, are we deserving of forgiveness? I know a lot of flack has been given for the brother in that Botham case, that brother going down and hugging the Edomite, the murderous Edomite. You know what I'm saying? A lot of flack was given to the young brother, and we just wanna clear some things up, man, and you know what I'm saying, give my stance on the whole on the matter, on, you know what I'm saying, on the forgiveness and what the forgiveness actually entails, man, and what the forgiveness is for. Because we bashing him, we ridiculing the brother,
right?
And I think it's because we don't really understand forgiveness. I ain't saying that the brother should have went out there and hugged her. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that the judge was wrong for what she did, and the sheriff was up there combing her hair. And I said, I think the judge and the sheriff, I think they were just they had remorse for her because, and this just me throwing this out here if I had to speak on it.
Right.
Is because they've been destroyed by men too. They done felt some kind of, they done been bashed by men, or they done been left out, you know what I'm saying, by a black man that did them dirty, and they was sitting up there like, I would have killed that nigga too. I done been there, girl. I done been to that point.
Right.
Where I would kill. And I think, you know what I'm saying, maybe that had it was some little coonery in there also. But I think the way what we doing, man, and bashing them and calling them a coon and calling them all this, especially being Israelites, especially being people of the scriptures, I think we have to evaluate that, because a lot of people telling us, man, we shouldn't forgive. A lot of people saying, man, we don't forgive no, and anybody that murdered my brother, man.
Right.
Don't forgive nobody. It really at the end of the day, it don't matter if you black or white. It don't matter if you black or white. If you kill my brother,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
It's a problem.
It's a problem. So, you know, with all the people that saying don't forgive, you shouldn't be down there doing. Well, what should we be doing? What should we be doing then? Because if you don't have the forgiveness, then you don't have the healing. And so you got a lot of people out here just like Trayvon mom. Every time she go out, if she don't forgive Zimmerman, every time she hears Zimmerman name get popped up, that's gonna bring up an emotional reaction. Well, she crying at night, can't go to sleep thinking about her son. Every time Zimmerman going out and having these darn
those Skittle promotions, and
right, and signing the Skittles,
endorsements,
getting, you know what I'm saying, Arizona he all in the news popping up, you know what I'm saying, every time, and we all we hearing is the Amber chick, just seeing her name pop up constantly, boom, 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 Amber, every YouTube video, Amber, you know what I'm saying? So we don't want the forgiveness, but then okay, we don't forgive them, then what do we do? What is the option? And it's really just two options, man. You gonna burn the city down, you gonna tear some stuff up, or you gonna forgive and let it go. At the end of the day, it's two options. You either gonna burn the city, and y'all ain't about that life. You ain't been, huh?
Moab that life though.
Who?
Moab.
Oh, Moab definitely about that life. That Hong Kong,
right?
Definitely about that life. Esau about that life too. He'll burn it up.
Right.
He'll burn the city up if it was him. And if it was us, you know what I'm saying, we'll ride on our homies. That's the doctrine. That's the Tupac doctrine. That's the doctrine, you know what I'm saying, from the book of Tupacalypse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, the book of Machiavelli.
Right.
You gonna ride for your enemies. You gonna ride on your enemies, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That happens if somebody murder down your brother, you going to go murder him.
Right.
Ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody saying, man, we can't forgive them, man. Don't forgive them. They go ride on them. Ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody saying, man, hop in, they go ride on them.
Right.
They just saying don't forgive him. So what do we do? How do we heal? How does the young man heal, knowing that this Edomite devil done killed his brother, how does he heal from that?
Right.
And that heal comes from forgiveness. So we're going to see that in the scriptures. We ain't got to sit here and talk about it, right? First of all, we need to understand that we all need forgiveness. That's our problem too in Israel, man. We ain't humbling ourselves. We thinking we righteous, man. We wicked. We wicked and we disgusting in the sight of the Most High. We all need forgiveness, man. We all wicked, man. We all wicked and disgusting in His sight. You disgusting out there on the street corners teaching, man. You disgusting to the Most High. You ain't no way you deserve entry into the kingdom. There's nothing you can do to earn entry into the kingdom, man. There's nothing you can do by yourself. You need that blood. You need that forgiveness, man. You need that. You can't be sitting up here getting puffed up on self-righteousness. Alright? Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 20.
The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 20. For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not.
There is not a just man on earth that doeth good and sinneth not. There ain't one on earth that does not sin, man. That has not sinned. You need that blood. You gonna need forgiveness. Ain't nobody on this earth gonna be able to face that judgment and not need the blood of the Hamashiach. And not need forgiveness of the Father. Give me 1 John chapter 1 verse 8.
The book of 1 John chapter 1 and verse 8.
And this all really, man, we got to start humbling ourselves, man. We got to start humbling ourselves, because we can wear the fringes, we can pretend out here, man, but the Most High knows what's in our inner hearts. He knows what's in our hearts, man. He knows what's going on when the doors close. He knows what's going on when camp's over, when you're away from your brothers. He knows what's going on, man. Humble yourself, because you need forgiveness. Keep going out.
If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves.
If we say we don't have no sin, we deceiving ourselves, man. Come on.
And the truth is not in us.
And the truth is not in them, man. The truth is not in you. I ain't saying this. This is what the scripture's saying. So then you calling the scriptures a lie? Isaiah chapter 64 verse 6.
The book of Isaiah chapter 64 verse 6. But we are all as unclean things.
We are all as an unclean. I don't care how great your garments look.
Right.
I don't care how organized you look.
Right.
You still are unclean to the Most High, man. You still are an unclean thing. You're still a disgusting thing to the Most High. You need that blood so you can be presented as a chaste virgin. So you can be presented in the white raiment. You can spend 20 hours on that garment, man. Spend $10,000 getting the best fabric. You still unclean to the Most High. Keep going.
And all our righteousness.
And all of our righteousness. All of our righteousness is like what?
Are as filthy rags.
Are as filthy rags, man. Are as filthy rags. So we be walking around here with our head up, but the Most High looking at us like some walking some poultries, man. Some walking tombstones. Some walking graveyards.
Right.
Keep going, huh?
And we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities, like the wind, have taken us away.
And our iniquities are taking us away. That's pulling us away from the Most High. Alright? Romans chapter 3 verse 10.
The book of Romans chapter 3 verse 10. As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one.
There's none righteous, no, not one. There ain't not one that doesn't need the blood, man. That does not need forgiveness. That has not transgressed the law. There ain't one. Alright, marrying a harlot. Hosea chapter 1 verse 2. And we'll see Hosea. And I'm only building this up to show that we also need forgiveness. That we ourselves need forgiveness. Because the reality, what you're going to see is that the reality is Israel is actually that damn white lady.
I was just about to, right, kind.
Israel is Amber Gaia.
Right.
Running into the hands of the Hamashiach, man. Running to the hands of the Father. Wanting to be accepted. Wanting to be forgiven for their transgressions,
Right.
for their sins, for their filthiness, for their harlotry. That's the metaphor of it.
Right.
You are Ambagaya, and you telling the people, you telling them, don't forgive. And I'm gonna show you the problem in that, because you got to understand the reciprocity of the kingdom.
Get out.
You got to understand the reciprocity of the kingdom. Keep that in mind. You are Israel. You are Ambagaya. Rejected. A people called a nation that are called not my people, man. We'll read that too. Hosea chapter 1 verse 2. Read that.
The book of Hosea chapter 1 verse 2. The beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea. And the Lord said to Hosea, go and take unto thee a wife of whoredoms.
He said, go take a wife of whoredoms. Go get you a whore. I want you to go marry you a whore.
A Cardi B, right.
Not a whore. Probably one of them crackhead prostitutes over there on the by that back that closed down church on campus.
Oh man. And children of whoredoms.
And children of whoredoms. Get you some little whorish children, man. Get you some little children. Get you some children by this whore. Come on.
For the land have committed great whoredom.
Because Israel has committed great whoredom. Come on.
Departing from the Lord.
Departing from the Most High. Drop down to verse 9. See when they had that first child, what he named her.
Verse 9. Then said God, call his name Naomi.
He said, call his name Lo-Ami. Come on.
Naomi, for ye are not my people.
For ye are not my people.
And I will not be your God.
And I will not be your God. I will not be your provider, your supplier, your everything, pretty much. Your shelter, your refuge. Your savior. Hosea chapter 3 verse 1. And you see through the Hosea, you had to go back and forth, having to take back this harlot, man. She go back out. Most High say, go back and get her. She go back out. He had more kids with this whore. She go back out, and then she eventually on the darn auction block. Read that Hosea chapter 3 verse 1.
The book of Hosea chapter 3 verse 1. Then said the Lord unto me, go yet, love a woman, beloved of her friend.
He said, love a woman beloved of her friend. Come on.
Yet an adulteress.
An adulteress. Come on.
According to the love of the Lord towards the children of Israel.
Because that's what the Most High is doing. He trying to love somebody that's in love with somebody else. That's in love with Moloch. That's in love with Christianity. That's in love with the nation of Islam. That's in love with themselves. In their own wisdom. In their own self-righteousness. You got to humble yourself and understand that you need forgiveness. You need to be purged. You need to run into the arms of our Savior. Keep going out.
Who look to other gods and love flagons of wine.
And look to other gods and got drunk off of their wine. Come on, got drunk off of their doctrine.
So I bought her to me for 15 pieces of silver.
So then he had to go buy her. He had his whore's wife on the auction block. He got to spend 15 pieces of silver and what else?
And for a homer of barley.
And a homer of barley.
And a half a homer of barley.
And a half a homer of barley.
So I said it to her, thou shalt I bid for me many days. Thou shalt not play the harlot.
He said, now you're going to buy for me many days. I done had to cash out on you, whore.
And thou shalt not be for another man.
And you ain't going to be married to another man. You're not going to be married to another doctrine. The Most High paid for us. We that same whore on the auction block. Where he had to send his son down here. It cost him more than 15 pieces of silver in a homer of barley. It cost him his son. It cost him the Hamashiach Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus Christ.
Right.
To suffer on the cross. To suffer up there, man. He didn't just get taken out by you know what I'm saying, one quick stone to the head. He had to go up there and suffer so you can be purged, man. So you can be forgiven. Keep going out.
So will I also be for thee.
So will he be for thee. Come on.
For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without terror. Afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their God, and David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days.
Alright, so they'll come around and they'll return and seek the Most High, Yahweh, our power, and David, our king, and shall fear the Most High and his goodness in the latter days. What a whore. Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 16. I'm just really going through a couple precepts, going through a couple slides to show that Israel, you are some whores. We are some whores. We are filthy. Our garments are filthy, and we need to understand it and stop being puffed up by our own self-righteousness, thinking that we done did enough or that we doing these great, wonderful works for the Most High. Man, you ain't doing it. Deuteronomy 31 verse 16. Bring that out.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and his people will rise up and go a whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whether they go to be among them, and will forsake me, and break my covenant which I have made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them, and I will have my face from them, and they shall be devoured. And many devils and troubles shall befall them.
And many evils and troubles shall befall them. Keep going.
Now shall like you. So that they will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us because our God is not among us?
And they'll realize that God is not among them because they went a whoring after the gods of strangers of the strangers' land. And we be getting puffed up, talking, man, they went there worshiping this white Jesus. Even in Africa worshiping this white Jesus. That's because them folks are going over there. And people are going over there and building them Africans wells, building churches, building wells in a village that couldn't never get no water, and telling them white Jesus did it.
Right.
If we go over there and do that, they'll believe whatever we tell them to believe.
Right.
You can tell them he's Chinese, they're going to believe it. They're going to be worshiping that Chinese Jesus, man.
Right.
But we got to do more. We got to do more. We got to do more, man. Exodus chapter 34, verse 15.
The book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 15.
Because even Yahweh, man, he wasn't just, he went out there, he fed 5,000. All of them weren't believers. He fed the 5,000, then gave them the script. Then made them believe. Man, a lot of them was following just for the bread.
Right.
Just because they were getting fed.
Right.
And he understood that. Exodus chapter 34, verse 15.
The book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 15. Least thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a whoring after their gods. And they go a whoring after their gods.
Making covenants with the inhabitants of the land, man. That's what makes us go a whoring. Jay-Z making covenants with the inhabitants of the land, making us go a whoring, man. Signing these contracts, and that's the thing we don't whore for the most is money and pleasure. Money and the pleasures of this world turn us into the biggest whores of all, man. Keep going up.
And do sacrifice unto their gods.
And they do sacrifice unto their gods. Come on.
And no one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifices. And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a whoring after their gods.
And if you take daughters of those other nations, you're gonna end up going to whoring. Your son gonna end up going to whoring after their gods, and your children gonna go a whoring after those gods too. And that's a whole nother lesson in that whole Amber Guyard Bolton case, is that we gotta stop messing with these heathen nations. Stop messing with these heathen nations. Stop sleeping with these heathen nations, man. And the way we ridiculing the brother, he don't have no outlet. He don't have nowhere to fuel, you know what I'm saying, or to release any of his remorse or any of his anger. We sit up here ridiculing him. So now the black community done turned his back on him. He gonna end up marrying a darn white girl just like his darn brother. Then we mess around and have another case. Because we ain't showing him no support.
Right.
We sitting here calling him a coon. The high priest marriage.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy.
He said, for I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. Come on.
For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chastened virgin to Christ.
He said, I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ. So you have been, you after all your whoring. See, Paul understand that, man, that we wicked, that we disgusting to the Most High, and we got to be presented. That blood, this word, this gospel actually presents us to the Most High. After we repent, this blood actually represents us as a chaste virgin to the Most High. And I'm gonna tell you why that's important, because the high priest can only marry a virgin. If you talking about the order of Melchizedek, you trying to be married to Melchizedek, you trying to be married to our high priest Yahushua, he can only marry a virgin according to Levitical law. Give me that in Leviticus chapter 21 verse 13.
Book of Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 13. And he shall take a wife in her virginity.
And he gonna take a wife in her virginity. This just giving you pretty much the statutes and the ordinances of a high priest when he's trying to get married. A high priest can only be with a wife who is a virgin. He can't be defiled.
Right.
He can't go into that holy of holies defiled. So if we gonna marry, Israel is gonna marry to the high priest. He can't marry something that's defiled. He can't marry a whore. And we are whoring ourselves out, going by different doctrines, going to different philosophies, right? So Paul saying here in the 2 Corinthians 11:2, that I may present you as a chaste virgin.